So today I'm going to go over the Dreamforce 2023 highlights. Did any of you go to Dreamforce this year? Okay, great. So hopefully I could wrap some of this up for those of you that didn't and make it maybe simplify a few things for those that did. So just as an intro, my name is Sharif Shaalan. I'm the founder and CEO of Agile Cloud Consulting. I've been in the ecosystem for about 15 years, mostly working with nonprofits. I'm a Salesforce MVP Hall of Fame member, which means I know everything about Salesforce. No, I'm very involved in the community. I answered 10,000 questions on the success community. That's how initially in 2023 I got into the MVP program, then in 2019 into the Hall of Fame. So they have my hoodie hanging in the rafters around here somewhere. I wrote really one book, but two editions, Salesforce for Beginners. It's a top-selling book on Amazon. I think I was telling Reggie, tying this back to his training question earlier, this is a very linear book. If anybody wants this book, just see Brittany, give her your, let her know you want it, and I'll make sure we send you a copy for free. So whoever wants it. It's especially the second edition has a whole flow chapter written by Tim Royer, our COO. So very useful. And we also have a Sunday comic strip. So we've been doing it for 4 years now. If you go in the back, you'll see our newspaper. We like to keep it old school, so we have newspapers and some mouse pads. And this is the first one ever, so everybody gets a system admin profile. So we have some mouse pads back there, stickers. So, and we've been doing it 4 years straight every Sunday. We have 4 characters. Adam the admin, Bob the boss, Connie the consultant, and Devin the developer. So we have our own little universe in that sense. So as everybody knows, Dreamforce is the Salesforce annual event, and this year, everything was really focused around AI, right? So the unifying AI, data, and CRM, that was the big theme at Dreamforce this year. We're going to start with the data piece because this is the foundation, and I want to talk a little bit about data cloud. So what data cloud isn't. It's not a data warehouse, right? It's a CDP, a customer data platform. And a customer data platform really has 3 parts, data ingestion, harmonization, and activation. So we'll go through this a little bit. But does anybody know the journey of data cloud and what it used to be? It used to be really 5 other products until we got here. Does anybody know what that is? No? Stuart, I know you know. So it was Customer 360 Audiences, Salesforce CDP, Marketing Cloud, Customer Data Platform, Salesforce Genie, and now we're at Data Cloud. Data Cloud is a very powerful tool. So we have the ingestion part, which really you could bring in data from anywhere. You could bring it in from connectors. You could connect directly to Commerce Cloud, Sales Cloud, Service Cloud. You could bring data in through API. You could bring spreadsheets in. So you could really bring in all of these different data points and get them into Data Cloud. Harmonization is the big piece where using data models and everything comes into a data lake, which is then structured into data models, and it helps you create a real-time unified profile using identity resolution. What this means is really what everybody's always looking for, right? You want that one profile on your contact to let you know all of the different sources, and I'll weave in a real-time example. Thanks, Stuart, for the feedback from the last time I did this. So I put together kind of a nonprofit example of what this would look like. And then the last piece is activation. So once you have all your data harmonized and you have this profile, you can actually take actions, right? You could do segmentation, you could do actions outside of Salesforce in Marketing Cloud or within flows within Salesforce. And all of this is built on the Einstein Trust Layer. So what the Einstein Trust Layer is really, keeping your data safe, right? As you write these prompts, right now you don't want to go to ChatGPT and put customer data in there, right? We don't know where it's going. With the Einstein Trust Layer, and we'll go over the model that Salesforce has out there right now, the AI model. But basically, the key is that zero data retention. So with zero data retention, your prompt is, when you put a prompt into Salesforce, it's not going to be retained. So all of that data, and you could plug it into different AI models, but your prompt data doesn't get retained at all. So which is where the security piece is, right, that everybody's worried about. So the Einstein trust layer is a big focus of data cloud and AI in general. So just to go through, a nonprofit example, right, of how you might use data cloud. So, this is, just a scenario. So a nonprofit organization that focuses on environmental conservation is looking to launch a new reforestation campaign using data cloud and marketing cloud. So just to break up the steps into these three pieces, we have the data ingestion. So you could gather data from website visits, previous donor visits, social media interactions, event attendance. You can import data from partner organizations or collaborations related to environmental conversation. So you're bringing all of this data now into data cloud. Next is the unification. So you would unify all of this data. So you could identify donors who previously contributed to environmental causes. You could segment based on donation amounts, small, mid-level, major donors. You can further segment on location, age, engagement frequency, and this is really looking at that unified profile, right, that you have on. So you could look at your contact record. You have that unified profile that's bringing in the aggregate of all of this data. It harmonizes it, gives you that profile, and then you can act on it, right? So we have the activation. You could craft personalized emails, right? So this is using Marketing Cloud. You could trigger flows outside of Salesforce. So you could craft emails highlighting the importance of reforestation, share success stories, tailored to the segment, identify influencers, and then collaborate with them to amplify the message, send out surveys, organize webinars and local events, and send invites to the potential attendees, send personalized thank you notes, offer special acknowledgments based on segmentation. So the activation piece is really taking, you got all of this data and it all harmonizes, goes to the profile, and then you could take action on it. So that's the three things we mentioned, right? Our AI, so CRM is of course Salesforce, data cloud is the data piece, and then the big thing that was announced at Dreamforce this year is the Einstein One platform. So what's the Einstein One platform? Really a suite of tools to bring AI into the workflow, guarded by the Einstein trust layer that we discussed. But the key to Einstein is two things: Copilot and Copilot Studio. Einstein Copilot is really like a side panel assistant that helps you interact in natural language. You could create action plans, checklists, and this really lives in your CRM the same way you would go to like a ChatGPT or a Bard, and you could interact with your data. And for the scenario here, I just to add on my last scenario that I added for Data Cloud, so within Einstein Copilot now, still based on that same deforestation example, you can forecast potential donation amounts, participation levels, determine the best times to engage with donor segments based on historical data. So you could write prompts and really, start engaging with this data. So you could look at Einstein Copilot as the user piece of the Einstein One platform. The admin piece is the Copilot Studio. So the Copilot Studio has three parts: the prompt builder, which helps you create prompt templates. So you can actually create templates, time the buttons, and really like pre-made prompts that you could click in different places and to have the data come back. There's a skills builder, which helps you with identifying access and customization within Copilot Studio, and then the model builder. So you can actually plug this into your own AI models. You could use, you could use OpenAI, or you could use Einstein GPT, which is in beta now, which we'll talk a little bit about. So those are the two big Einstein One platform, things that were announced this year. So that ties up the AI, data cloud, and the CRM. Just getting into a few other things that were announced. So integrated cloud platforms. So these are all other announcements that happened at Dreamforce. So previously acquired platforms are now part of Core. So Commerce Cloud, Marketing Cloud have been assimilated into the core Salesforce platform. There are 26 new generative AI capabilities. So Salesforce is acquiring companies, building up, the different capabilities of AI, with an additional 25 coming by the end of 2024. Also, what was announced was some free tools, right, for anybody that has enterprise or unlimited. It would be everybody in this room. So now you can get 2 Tableau creator licenses, so you can actually visualize your data and use that. And then you get up to 10,000 profiles for Data Cloud. So everybody here can actually turn on Data Cloud, start working on a proof of concept to see how it works. The free license includes the ingestion and harmonization, but it doesn't include the activation piece. But it does allow you to bring in, you could bring in a few data sources, and really the modeling of this is the important piece, right? How do we model this data and get it to work for, for the future strategy? So everybody has the ability now to turn on Data Cloud right from your account settings and start playing around with it. Also within Data Cloud, a few other things that were announced. So data graphs, they help you visualize data connections, kind of like a schema builder where you can see the objects and the connections and relationships of the data. Flows triggered based on real-time insights. So this is tied to the activation piece. So you can actually trigger a flow from Data Cloud data right now, based on the activation. Slack had a few announcements. So AI-powered thread summaries, so you could condense really long threads into a digestible summary now within Slack. There's channel recaps. So if you haven't been in Slack for a while and you go back to a channel, it'll give you a recap of what happened while you were gone, and just overall improved search capabilities that are leveraging the AI. So as I mentioned before, Einstein GPT, which is Salesforce's AI model, it's in beta right now. So this is one of the models that you can actually plug in to Copilot. So this is open for beta testing for developers. And then finally, just from a platform perspective, Salesforce Life Sciences Cloud was announced. So this is for the medical and pharmaceutical sector. It comes with a whole data model that helps medical companies and pharmaceutical enterprises integrate quickly with Salesforce from a data model perspective. So that was the other big announcement at Dreamforce this year. And then I'll go quickly over some of the nonprofit cloud announcements that we heard this year. So as we all know, fundraising and program delivery and grant making was the first thing to be released in nonprofit cloud. Fundraising and outcome management are now available. Outcome management is super exciting because this is something that wasn't available before, and it helps you manage the impact of what you're doing. So those two are actually available right now, along with program delivery and fundraising within the nonprofit cloud. A few other things that are on the roadmap for 2024, which are super exciting. So predictive fundraising, this is including scoring and recommendations within the CRM. There's connected fundraising, which is the business process API. And what that does is it really allows you to build, to load data, integrate, do things directly with nonprofit cloud, and the data model is built right into the API. So it makes it a lot easier than, breaking out the object model as you would have to do it with just regular core platforms. So the business process API is super exciting. Impact strategies, this allows you to align the outcomes to the grant making strategy. So just building more on the outcomes and grant making that's already there. We have integrated marketing, which is going to include source codes, segmentation templates, scoring, Gen AI content. So this is doing things like personalized gift proposals. So pulling up a gift proposal and having the AI model actually write it for you, the same way you would use a ChatGPT or something right in Salesforce, and of course looking it over and making changes where prompts is needed. Integrated applications, so this is a due diligence data model for grant making, for things such as the GuideStar integration, so that's another exciting one. Forecasting, as we know, core platform forecasting isn't really built to work with the nonprofit model. So having this forecasting for things like major gifts, grants, recurring donations is going to be very helpful internally. Intelligent apps, which are going to be tied mostly around analytics and visualizations, are on the roadmap for 2024. And finally, participant self-service, which is really around programs to allow for applications, automated matching, self-service enrollment, and just extending out the program management capability. So I know that was a lot, but I'll open it up to any questions, if anybody has any questions. Looks good. Looks like I covered it perfectly, right, Stuart? Oh, Stuart.
What's the difference between nonprofit cloud and nonprofit success factor?
Yeah, so the nonprofit cloud, as most of you know, the MPSP was a series of packages, right, that are built on top of Salesforce. And just like that slide where I talked about some of the other, some products that were brought onto the core platform, nonprofit cloud is actually now on core platform, so it's there for everybody that gets Salesforce. You could turn it on the back end for those customers, and it's leveraging the industries model. So like Health Cloud, Financial Service Cloud, so that now all of these industries models can be under one model, which uses person accounts and is built on the core platform. So it's really just going from the open source model to bringing everything onto the platform and adjusting the data model so that it fits with all the other industries as well. And it also helps helps nonprofits leverage everything that was built for all of those other industries. So it makes it very powerful. So if no other questions, thank you. I think we're doing lunch next, and I'll have Jen finish.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jen. To find out more about Agile Cloud Consulting, visit our website, www.agilecloudconsulting.com.